Never been a week like this. Tonight.
Make hand washing fun with Dettol.
We'd do anything for our dog. Like giving up the couch. Luckily, protecting them is easy with Simparica Trio, the world's #1 selling all-in-one. Simparica Trio. Protection for dogs. Trusted by dog people.
Sanchoy Bar now, or dumplings for dinner. Make them with Coles Aussie Pork 3-star mince, down to just $4.70 a pack. And make life easier online with home delivery on your time. That's great value, hands down, at Coles. Meet the Hansons. We challenge them to take new Vanish Gold Pro on a trip in search of the world's toughest stains. The catch? They only get one shirt each.
What have you done? There's no way this will come out in a cold wash.
Even in cold and short cycles, just one scoop of Vanish in every wash is safe on clothes, while lifting the toughest of stains.
Wow, that only took 30 minutes.
Trust Vanish, forget stains.
Create stories for life on a scenic eclipse polar expedition voyage. With Scenic, it's more than a journey of a lifetime. It's exploring the frontiers of Antarctica with an expert discovery team. It's immersing yourself in the dramatic fjords and spectacular landscapes of the Arctic, Iceland and Norway. It's unique wildlife encounters in remarkable destinations. Scenic Eclipse, in a class of its own. Book now and save from $4,500 per person. Visionaries, liberators, shopping list anarchists. They never fear a one-trip journey. They're Aldi to the core. Aldi, good different. Fall in love with Hungry Jack's new Jack's Fried Chicken Southern Style Tenders. Crispy, juicy, with 100% Aussie chicken that will have you craving more and more. Now at Hungry Jack's. Springtime feels like Freedom's unmissable homewares event. Get up to 40% off all homewares, including rugs, cushions, lighting, kitchen, dining, and more. Hurry, sale on now, only at Freedom.
Make hand washing fun with Dettol.
Hello, Natasha Beyersdorf with an NBN News update. Out-of-control grass fire burning this afternoon at Tomago near Newcastle. The Rural Fire Service issuing an emergency alert with people at Tomago Road and West Track Drive told to seek shelter now. The latest details live at 6. Also, a tiger handler recovers in hospital after she was mauled at Dreamworld. Plus, we'll speak with Kathleen Folbig about her bid for compensation after being wrongly jailed. A new opinion poll indicates a further slump in popularity for Anthony Albanese. Queuing for Bluey, the new coin release that has fans going to extreme lengths. And local athletes add 2 of the 10 medals won by our Paralympic team on day 4. NBN News tonight at 6.
The little girl we almost lost twice. Sophie Delizio. Life's changed in a wonderful way. Your home is their playground. Help them with pet mess and odor with Dettol's new Homes with Pets range. Trailblazers. Wildcards, middle-arm maestros. No one dictates their doom. Armed with nothing more than a trolley token, marching to the beat of their own wallets. They've got groceries in the bag. They're Aldi to the core. Aldi, good different.
There is
is an urgent recall on solar home batteries. Affected batteries may overheat and catch fire, resulting in property damage, injury or death. If you have an affected battery, immediately switch it off until it is remedied free of charge. Search LG Home Battery Recall to check.
At Viking, we've thought of everything so you don't have to. Unpack once and we'll take care of the rest.
Viking's flight crew sale is on now. For a limited time, enjoy free return flights for your companion with all ocean voyage bookings. Visit Viking.com or see your Viking agent.
When your internet gives you lemons, get tangerine.
Now's the time to get into the Mazda CX-3 Sport from $29,990 drive away. Or the Mazda CX-5 Max, now from $37,990 drive away. Visit your local dealer and drive away today.
Domino's Pizza Dogs, Kransky style sausage in classic pizza crust, topped with your favourite sauces from just $3. Domino's!
Bugger, Australia's most loved cheese. Try our new snack packs. However these 6 symptoms of acid reflux feel to you, Gaviscon Dual Action acts in the stomach to neutralise acid fast and form a protective layer. For 6 symptoms, think Gaviscon.
Hello, Natasha Beyersdorf updating NBN News. An emergency level fire burning at Tomago, threatening homes near West Track Drive. We're live to the fireground. Kathleen Fulby gone her new life in Newcastle after 20 years wrongfully jailed, and her compensation bid. A tiger handler in hospital after being mauled at Dreamworld. Newcastle on the concert schedule for one of Australia's most loved country stars. And all the New South Wales athletes can claim medal at the Paralympics. That's next.
There are some things in life you might regret, and there are some things you don't. Pay the same price at every Honda centre in your state or territory. You don't regret a Honda.
I got the hearts for the dimes in the box with the dimes. Domino's Pizza Dogs, Kransky style sausage in classic pizza crust, topped with your favourite sauces from just $3. Domino's!
Hard to reach stains? Try Harpic Fresh Power Tablets. Simply drop and go to help remove stains. Clean with a brush can't reach with new Harpic Fresh Power Cleaning Tablets. For easy toilet cleaning, try Harpic Tablets today.
The Great Barrier Reef, our very own natural wonder. And there are some great things happening up here and down there.
And out here, where fishing is done sustainably, meaning there's more fish for all of us.
How about we put this little guy back?
And just by visiting, you'll be doing your part, because great things are happening here.
For those living with early Alzheimer's disease, Suvinade is a drink proven to slow memory and cognitive decline by 60% when taken daily over 3 years. Alzheimer's disease causes a loss of connections in the brain. Suvinade contains a unique combination of nutrients formulated to support the growth of brain connections. Hold on to what matters with Suvinade. Ask your GP or pharmacist about Suvinade today or visit suvinade.com.au.
Your cat's immune system is one of her natural protective systems. Help strengthen it with Purina One with Immune Defense Plus, a specialty blend that helps support her immune health to help her lead a healthy life. Purina One with Immune Defense Plus. When you build with Mojo, your new home is in safe hands, so you can get more out of life's special moments. Discover your Mojo. Visit a display home today.
Hard to reach stains? Try Harpic Fresh Power Tablets. Simply drop and go to help remove stains. Clean with a brush can't reach with new Harpic Fresh Power Cleaning Tablets. For easy toilet cleaning, try Harpic Tablets today.
We're live in Paris for a golden Aussie night in the pool with Rowan Crothers and Ahmed Kelly going for gold. Paris cycling. and our seamless classic Great Britain football.
Let's go.
All the action live from the Paris Paralympics. Right now on 9 now.
From nature to you, introducing Botanica's first aerosol-free automatic spray, with fragrances infused with responsibly sourced natural ingredients to keep your home fresh 24/7. Botanica, inspired by nature.
How do icons stay relevant? They evolve. And there's nothing like bacon and crispy onions for reinventing yourself. Now you have 3 icons to try.
At Spotlight, save a massive 20 to 50% off store-wide, including Manchester home decor, fabric, sewing, craft, party, curtains and blinds. Yes, that's 20 to 50% off store-wide, so you can create it, decorate it and celebrate it for less. Sale must end Tuesday. At Spotlight, it's what you make it.
When you unwrap an Uncle Toby's muesli bar, you're unwrapping a slice of pure... with its explosion of Aussie oats and delicious chopped chips. Unwrap the yeah.
Aldi's free range chicken. Free to roam and free to do whatever.
Oi, back here.
Free range chicken breast fillets bulk pack. Now only $11.99 a kilo, if you can catch them. Aldi, good different. Moving home? Make your next move a good move. Done. With Energy Australia, you can move your energy online in minutes and get power on the day you move. Book your move online today.
Oh yeah, it feels good to make progress. With Newcastle Permanent's great low rates and up to $3,000 cash back when you apply for your home loan online, we're here to help you move forward. And we're here for good.
Harriet, rebar. Tough. Strong. Comfortable. Harriet, rebar. And interlocutor.
Introducing the rear-wheel drive Sunliner motorhome range, now on display. Numerous floor plan options, standard car licence and a 3-year factory chassis warranty. Check out the rear-wheel drive Sunliner range at Australian Motorhomes Bennett's Green today.
Fall in love with Hungry Jack's new Jack's Fried Chicken and Southern Style Tenders. Crispy, juicy, 100% Aussie chicken that will have you craving more and more. Now at Hungry Jack's.
In NBN News, homes threatened by a fire burning at Tomigo near Newcastle. Kathleen Folbig on her new life in Newcastle after 2 decades in jail. And local Formula 3 racer Christian Mansell on the podium in Italy. That's next.
A former childcare worker, now our country's worst ever pedophile, pleading guilty to more than 300 charges. How was he ever trusted?
Pick up a better brekkie at Hungry Jack's drive-thru. Forget muffins. Try our new freshly toasted Turkish buns with crispy bacon or flame-grilled sausage, cheese and barbecue sauce. And our award-winning rich velvety barista coffee. Brekkie's better at Hungry Jack's.
Fancy feast, culinary inspired, cat adored. Every delicious detail, every delicate bite brings you and your cat closer together. Fancy feast, love is in the details.
You work it out.
Me.
Don't race all over town. Beaumont's have it all. Buy a complete bathroom package and take $1,700 off a Zoomy Smart Loo. Only at Beaumont's.
When it comes to a healthy and white smile, I compromise between whitening and strengthening.
Why?
Dr. Riley.
You can have both. With Oral-B 3D White Toothpaste. It whitens teeth in 3 days and strengthens enamel.
Switch to Oral-B.
Rebels. Pioneers. Movable bystanders. No one dictates their dinner. They're Aldi to the core. Aldi, good different.
From nature to you, introducing Botanica's first aerosol-free automatic spray, with fragrances infused with responsibly sourced natural ingredients to keep your home fresh 24/7. Botanica, inspired by nature.
Enhance your home with dynamic home enhancements. Get 33% off your outdoor blinds and save hundreds. Plus, get interest-free. Call now and save. Dynamic home enhancements. I've got the hots for the dimes Pizza Dogs, Kransky-style sausage in classic pizza crust, topped with your favourite sauces from just $3.
Meet the Hansons. We challenge them to take new Vanish Gold Pro on a trip in search of the world's toughest stains. The catch? They only get one shirt each.
What have you done? There's no way this will come out in the cold wash.
Even in cold and short cycles, just one scoop of Vanish in every wash is safe on clothes, while lifting the toughest of stains.
Wow, that only took 30 minutes.
Trust Vanish, forget stains.
I know it's a lot to take in, and it's very shocking news.
It all builds.
Cut your attitude out.
He just acts like I'm the problem.
To one life-changing decision
Pressures of the block can be a little bit too much for some.
that rocks everyone
It's a very brave decision that you've made.
to the core.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
One unmissable week, tonight 7:30.
That's right. We're going to go to news headlines.
Coming up in NBN News, we're live to Tomago in Port Stephens, where a fire emergency has been declared with people told to seek shelter now. Tiger attack, a Dreamworld handler in hospital after being mauled. We speak with Kathleen Folbig about her bid for compensation. Bad news for our major party leaders, approval ratings down for both. George Clooney praises Joe Biden for pulling out of the presidential race. And Bluey fans go crazy for a new coin release. The details next. Tonight, a large grass fire sparks an emergency warning and forces the evacuation of a major construction business.
The wild winds turn deadly as a tree crushes a cabin at a holiday park.
A driver dies and 2 children among the injured after a crash near Maitland.
Kathleen Folbig on her new life in the Hunter and her fight for compensation.
And Australia enjoys its best day yet at the Paris Paralympics.
This is NBN News with Gavin and Natasha Beyersdorf.
Good evening. It's just the second day of spring, but firefighters are tonight battling a blaze burning out of control at Port Stephens.
The grass fire has scorched almost 70 hectares and seen a major construction business evacuated. Jane Goldsmith joins us live with the latest.
Gavin, Tash, it's hard to believe that bushfire season is already upon us. A bushfire here at Tomago Road in Tomago was listed at emergency level, but has been downgraded about an hour ago to watch and act. But as you can see from our footage, our pictures shot a little while ago here at the scene, it was ferocious with embers blown long distances. Now, people in the vicinity had been advised to shelter in place with the fire expected to impact some homes, but the RFS says thankfully the threat has reduced somewhat and the fire hasn't crossed Tomago Road, although remains active on the northern side. Now, firefighters are keeping a close eye on conditions. We have had west-northwesterly winds gusting up to 90 kilometres an hour today, and they just picked up again a short time ago. We've had warm temperatures and low humidity, and it's all created just that perfect mix, the perfect storm for a bushfire today. But dozens of firefighters and water bombing helicopters are still working on the ground to douse the fire. It's now burnt through 66 hectares of bushland. Now, an equipment provider, Westrac, right here on Tomago Road, was evacuated earlier today, as well as other businesses and residents nearby. But I am told the immediate threat has now eased, but I'm sure it will be a long night ahead here in Tomago. Gav.
Jane, thanks for the update. Those strong winds have caused problems throughout New South Wales, with a woman killed by a falling tree and homes and cars damaged. The wild weather also causing chaos for train and plane passengers.
We were warned of damaging winds. They were destructive and dangerous.
bringing down tree after tree across the state. One fell onto a woman in a Camden front yard. She had to be rescued by firefighters and taken to hospital. At a holiday park in Moama near the Victorian border, it was deadly. A 63-year-old woman losing her life when a cabin was crushed by a toppled tree.
Emergency services found the cabin severely damaged.
Winds in Sydney near cyclonic, taking out power lines at Marsden Park and a ute at Abbotsbury.
The tree's actually split in the middle, and the fire brigade said they got to get the whole thing down because the rest of it's going to come down.
A backyard shed in Kingsgrove didn't stand a chance, nor did this ageing bark, snapping in half and crashing through tiles.
The majority of jobs have related to fallen trees. We've seen roadways blocked, power lines disrupted, and a lot of incidents to property where branches have either broken through roofs or hit windows and damaged property and cars.
At Sydney Airport, it was slow on the way up, wobbly on the way down, with just one runway in operation. Dozens of flights cancelled to Melbourne and Brisbane. Services to Canberra still going, but not by plane, by bus. A wild westerly that spread all the way from the state's southern border, curving around Sydney up to the Hunter, combining with warm temperatures to ramp up the bushfire risk. Total fire bans in place. Firefighters say they've seen a snap change in the landscape in recent weeks from very wet to quite dry, which means it doesn't take much for fires to flare, which is exactly what we've seen here in Minchinbury today. 2 grass fires burning out of control and shutting down the M4 as firefighters battle to stop it spreading to neighbouring businesses. Workers evacuated.
If fires do start, they'll escalate quickly and potentially impact on people and properties.
Which is the case at Tomago near Newcastle. An emergency warning in place. Residents told to seek shelter as crews on the ground and in the air try to gain the upper hand and save homes. Annalise Bolts, NBN News.
And it's easy to see why it's become so dry so quickly. August 24 was the warmest on record for Australia, smashing the previous record in 2009, sitting at 3.02 degrees above the average. It was also the warmest winter month ever recorded. This winter also the second warmest, coming in slightly behind 2023. The blue sky days and strong westerly winds are going to continue. The 2 jet streams came together over New South Wales today, causing those gusts. The front is passing tonight and the winds will move to the southwest. It will be cooler tomorrow and the winds inland will calm throughout the day. It's actually going to be a cold start with top temperatures in the high teens and low 20s.
To other news now, and a woman has died and 3 people are in hospital after a head-on crash in the Hunter. Tony Ambrogetti joins us now from the newsroom. Tony, what happened?
Tash, it was just after 2 o'clock this afternoon when emergency services were called to Old Maitland Road at Bishop's Bridge near Maitland. Police arrived to find an SUV and a ute had collided, trapping the driver of the SUV. The woman, believed to be in her 40s, died at the scene and is yet to be formally identified. A man in his 30s who was driving the ute was taken to John Hunter Hospital, as were 2 passengers, one aged 6 and one 1 year old. Their injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. Old Maitland Road is expected to remain closed for some time as police investigate how this deadly collision occurred. Tash?
Thank you, Tony. Kathleen Folbig has opened up about her fight for compensation after being wrongfully convicted and jailed over the deaths of her 4 children. Experts say the payout could reach $20 million, but the 57-year-old hasn't put a figure on it as she tries to get on with her life back home in Newcastle.
She's keeping a low profile and adjusting to life on the outside. But for Kathleen Folbig, there's still no place like the Hunter.
Newcastle's home. It's where I was born, bred and raised. I did feel at the time that I was sort of like pushed out of it a little, and now that I've returned, it's like a full circle for me. I've come home. Who doesn't want to come home when things don't go right?
A few close friends, including lawyer Rani Rigo, are providing a great support, while the familiarity of her hometown provides comfort.
You know, even though I hadn't driven for 20 years, I could come home and my internal navigation in Newcastle was still pretty much the same.
Ms Folbig admits 2 decades of incarceration has made her wary of meeting new people. She avoids busy places and stays home at night.
I can't say that I'm openly out there wandering around doing anything, I said, but what I have found is, Newcastle people are great. It's more about just enjoying the more simpler things in life. You know, sunrises, sunsets, going for walks, driving. I love driving.
She was jailed in 2003, wrongly convicted of killing 3 of her children and the manslaughter of a 4th. Then last June, she was released from prison after receiving a pardon before being acquitted in December, all after new scientific evidence that her children may have died from natural causes or a genetic mutation. Now, with her tireless Newcastle-based legal team, Ms Folbig is seeking compensation from the state government. She's penned a 100-page statement to the Premier detailing her harrowing experiences inside prison.
What happened in jail, when she was in isolation, how she felt being put in with people who were mentally ill and that she feared for her safety, all because the state got it wrong.
She also appeared on the Today Show this morning in the hope of spurring the government into action.
It's 20 years of loss. How do you put a figure on? She lost the best years of her life. She was my age when she went into jail and she didn't get to have a career, have a family, have anything.
Legal experts suggest it could be the biggest compensation out in Australian history.
To have your life pretty much destroyed and then have to try and rebuild it again, I don't think there is a figure for that.
It's about the state paying for their mistakes.
Jane Goldsmith, NBN News.
A Newcastle teenager has been jailed for more than 2 years for stabbing 2 men during an ice-fuelled assault last year. Tonight, NBN News can show you CCTV of the frightening attack, with a judge telling Dominic Lagudi he's lucky not to be serving a longer sentence. It was a frantic and unprovoked attack in a dark and quiet laneway. Dominic Lagudi unleashing on 2 innocent men, stabbing one in the elbow, the other in the neck. Footage of the assault captured by security cameras was played in a Newcastle court during Lagudi's sentencing. Today, he learned his fate, with the district court hearing the 19-year-old was high on ice when he set upon the Nepalese men who were trying to visit a brothel in January last year. He told police he'd been abusing the meth and that it literally fried his brain. According to one medical expert, Lagudi was likely suffering from a drug-induced psychosis, was psychotic and believed the victims were monitoring him by taking photos. Both managed to run to safety. By chance, a police car and an ambulance were driving past, and while they survived, the judge said it could have been a different story. And had the neck wound been more serious, Lagudi could well be facing a sentence 3 or 4 times longer. He is very lucky, but he may not be so lucky next time. He was ultimately jailed for 4 years and 10 months, with a non-parole period of 2 years and 10 months. With time already served, he could be released in January 2026. Tyson Cottrell, NBN News.
There are concerns tonight over how higher interest rates are impacting the economy. But Federal Treasurer Jim Chalmers won't be drawn on the Reserve Bank's next move. It follows the release of new figures today that lay bare the struggle for small businesses across the country.
From a submarine on the west coast,
the guy that's spinning around a periscope,
to the Reserve Bank in the east, there's a big distance between the economy's most powerful people. Now, as cost of living pressures mount, pressure too on the relationship.
I don't tell them how to do their job and they don't tell us how to do our job.
Jim Chalmers says higher interest rates are smashing the economy, but insists that's not an instruction to the bank.
Of course it shouldn't be interpreted that way.
This is a treasurer who wants to fight everything and everyone except for his homegrown inflation.
Rate rises have an impact on the economy. That's what they're designed to do, is to dampen demand.
The cost of living dampening voter sentiment as well. The latest news poll showing satisfaction in both leaders is down. The Prime Minister's approval down 2 points to 41, disapproval 54. His worst result result since winning office. Voters also down on Peter Dutton. 39% approve of his performance, 52 disapprove.
If you're feeling poorer, you are poorer.
And it's not just households. Raw figures from the Small Business Ombudsman show more than 6,000 requests for assistance in the last financial year, with a 50% jump in businesses worried about being paid on time or at all. That scepticism will likely manifest as another set of weak growth figures on Wednesday, providing another message to the Reserve Bank ahead of their next meeting in 3 weeks' time.
Charles Croucher, NBN News. Calvary Martin nurses have ramped up calls for the state government to include them in the first phase of the new nurse-to-patient ratios rollout. The initiative, which has been launched at 16 state hospitals, including the John Hunter, enforces staff levels at 1 nurse to 3 general patients and 1 to 1 for resuscitation patients. Union members were joined by local residents at this morning's rally.
The former licensee of Islington restaurant Pino's has been banned for life from managing or operating a licensed venue. According to Liquor and Gaming, Dion Pofrisov made a false report to police about being robbed in 2022 and was convicted in 2023 of allowing stolen guns and ammunition to be stored at the restaurant. The independent board found his actions posed a significant risk to the safety of staff and customers. The restaurant closed last year.
Construction of the M1 extension to Raymond Terrace has been revised after communities along the Hunter River expressed concerns about potential flood risks. Transport for New South Wales says another method will now be used to build the overwater section of the 2.6 kilometre viaduct across the river, and that the plan using barges in the deeper water and eliminating dredging in the shallow addresses the issues and provides safety advantages. The extension is expected to be completed in 2028. It's been an extraordinary period of elongated hot days and strong westerly winds taking its toll on the landscape, drying things out dramatically. Temperatures above average, those strong winds continuing and switching around to the southwest overnight. It's going to be cooler and a little bit calmer throughout tomorrow.
You're watching NBN News. Still ahead tonight, a tiger handler in hospital after being mauled at Dreamworld.
The largest demonstration since the war began. Israel grinds to a halt as protesters call for a hostage deal.
And breaking news on another Aussie gold at the Paralympics.
We'd do anything for our dog. Like giving up the couch. Luckily, protecting them is easy with Simparica Trio, the world's #1 selling all-in-one. Simparica Trio. Protection for dogs, trusted by dog people.
You know what's better than a big full bag?
A bag that's bigger. I mean, bigger for making my money work harder.
Helping my business make it.
Bigger for helping us to buy a home. Bigger for the community I care about. My bank is bigger for what matters most. As Australia's most trusted bank, 2.5 million Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them. And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
When it comes to a healthy and white smile, I compromise between whitening and strengthening. Why? Dr. Riley. You can have both. With Oral-B 3D White Toothpaste. It whitens teeth in 3 days and strengthens enamel. Switch to Oral-B.
Sanchoy bao now, or dumplings for dinner. Make them with Coles Aussie Pork 3-star mince, down to just $4.70 a pack. And make life easier online with free click and collect on your time. That's great value, hands down, at Coles.
Springtime feels like outdoors at Freedom. Save up to $1,000 on new season outdoor furniture packages. Plus, for a limited time, get 50 months interest-free store-wide. Conditions apply. On now, only at Freedom.
Are you thinking al fresco and looking for something simple? Call HV Aluminium.
Are you looking for something stylish? Call HV Aluminium.
or are looking for ideas to design something stunning.
If you're thinking al fresco, call or visit HV Aluminium New Lantern, 1800 801 572.
What does it take to make an impact in this world? Is it being a superstar or refusing to give up? At Toyota, we believe the world improves when we all come together to take a leap towards a future we all want, safer, electrified and inclusive. Because every person, every action and every step matters. Well, we've got a team here already making a difference, and we can't wait for you to be a part of Team Everyone. Toyota. NBN News, brought to you by Toyota, Australian Olympic and Paralympic team partner. Oh, what a feeling.
A senior tiger handler is in hospital after being mauled at Dreamworld. Multiple investigations are now underway into the attack, which is not the first of its kind at the Gold Coast theme park.
For nearly 30 years, Tiger Island has been one of Dreamworld's main attractions, and with a handler attacked today, it's all anyone here is talking about.
It's the risk you take with the job, right? Every job has its risks.
I think it's sad, that it's happened. Hopefully she's all right.
Melissa Reynolds is a veteran handler, used to being up close and personal with these exotic cats, whether big or small. This is her on the Today Show in 2012.
It is amazing. I get the opportunity every day to spend time with them and feed them and play with them and stuff like that.
Not this morning. Before Dreamworld's doors opened to visitors, the 47-year-old was attacked while walking one of the 5-year-old tigers with another handler when the 180-kilogram animal bit her forearm and scratched her shoulder, triggering an emergency response around 9 a.m.
So the patient obviously had received some serious lacerations and puncture wounds from the animal. The bleeding had been managed very well by first aid providers there at Dreamworld. She was quite pale and feeling unwell, but generally well, and was able to be transported to hospital.
Dreamworld hasn't said which tiger was involved, but they currently have 3 5-year-olds, Khan, Javi and Zakari, in a statement saying its immediate focus is on supporting the team member following the isolated and rare incident that's now the subject of a thorough review. Inspectors from Workplace Health and Safety Queensland have also been deployed here to investigate the incident, which is not the first attack of its kind at the theme park. An ill-tempered Bengal tiger striking twice 13 years ago, hospitalising 2 handlers just months apart in 2011. Tonight, Melissa Reynolds is recovering at the Gold Coast University Hospital.
There's always a risk of infection from any animal bite, and that will be part of her treatment regime from the hospital.
Another reminder of the dangers of working with these big cats. Kate Lamb, NBN News.
The final report from the New South Wales Bus Industry Task Force has been released, recommending 19 changes to improve the experience of passengers and safety.
Strengthening regulation, better bus driver training, making sure that bus drivers are fit, medically fit to drive, and also looking at our heavy vehicle inspection standards.
In a positive sign, the number of bus and driver vacancies has dropped from 500 to 231 since April last year.
Star Entertainment is in crisis talks tonight as it desperately seeks investors. The casino operator has been suspended from trading on the ASX after failing to lodge its financial results on time. Last Friday, a second damning independent report in New South Wales said it had failed to address money laundering concerns. Well, it's been Australia's best day yet at the Paralympics in Paris, with another 10 medals added to our tally.
Among those, a historic moment on the water, with Nikki Ayres and Jed Olswager winning Australia's first ever Paralympic rowing gold.
Pure elation, love and relief. Gold medal winners Jed Olswager and Nikki Ayres embrace family, having rowed their way into the record books. The perfect Father's Day gift for Wally Olswager, making his first trip to Europe from Beachport in South Australia.
I'm thinking about maybe having more children.
I grow champions, the whole lot of them.
The pair, who've only rowed together for a year, left it all on the water, up against more experienced rivals in the mixed double sculls, as well as history.
To be able to be part of something that's way bigger than us, and to be able to get it done today is absolutely bloody incredible, and we're super proud.
A life-changing moment we'll never forget, and it's written in the history books, so no one's going to take that away from us.
For Nikki, who severely damaged her right leg in a rugby tackle in 2016, and Jed, who lost his lower leg following an excavator accident at work, it's an achievement that encapsulates their determination.
The whole time I was just going, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, because I know he does that mantra all the time.
The work those two have put in, it's well earned, and they made it a bit close for comfort.
Jed has big brother Luke to thank for helping give him direction after the amputation.
I just wanted to put something in front of him that showed him what you could be. So it was like YouTube videos of snowboarders, surfers. Yeah, he delivered a gold medal. It's amazing.
This is the result of years of hard work and sacrifice for both Nikki and Jed. A pivotal moment for the pair and for Australian para rowing. Our first gold since the sport debuted 16 years ago.
Silver was the best prior to this. Eric Horry has won 3. He crossed the line 4th in the single sculls final, but was clearly upset with his Italian rival, complaining to the stewards. Giacomo Perini was disqualified, found to have a phone in his boat. Communication devices are against the rules. Horry elevated to bronze.
I'm just the athlete. I just row the boat, so I stay out of all the political side of things. This is to Michelle and the kids back home. It's one of those things that it's hard to explain.
But a story he can't wait to share, and one that isn't over yet. Horry eyeing off LA 2028. In Paris, Edward Godfrey, NBN News.
And in breaking news from Paris, another Australian has just won gold, with Lauren Parker claiming the para-triathlon. The Hunter athlete led the field for the entire event and crossed the finish line more than 1 minute ahead of her nearest rival.
Incredible. We'll have more on that later in sport. But next, imagine this happening as you're sitting down for dinner. A couple's incredible escape as a car crushes their evening meal.
And collectors queue for hours to get some real-life $bucks.
At Officeworks, we won't be beaten on price. Get a Google Pixel 7a smartphone for $547. Or get this Fitbit watch for $259. Make bigger things happen at Officeworks.
Right now, when you take out a home loan with ANZ, you could save with a discounted home loan rate.
Awesome. But what are you doing here?
Making an ANZ home loan ad.
Cool. That explains the film crew.
Could you save today? Search ANZ Home Loans.
Kellogg's cornflakes, made with Aussie corn. Come on, Cornelius. Raised and ripened in the sun. With 4 ingredients and 6 vitamins and minerals, you can taste the simple goodness in every bottle.
At Bupa, we're investing in inclusive grassroots sports events around the country, helping more Aussies get their start in sports. That's healthcare beyond the games.
Thinking of building or renovating this spring? Then get to the HIA Building and Renovation Show this Saturday. Expert advice, inspiration, products and ideas, plus win a $20,000 brand new pool package thanks to Narellan Pools. Entry is free. See you there.
Create perfect results with Fisher & Paykel's state-of-the-art collection at Harvey Norman. Perfectly preserved different foods with variable temperature zones. Master temperature with precise and powerful induction cooktops. Enjoy healthy, full-flavored dishes with combination steam cooking. And experience next-generation dishwashing and drying performance. Save up to $500 on selected appliances, plus bundle 2 or more Fisher & Paykel appliances and save up to an additional 10%. Harvey Norman, Australia's official retail partner.
Montgomery Homes have been building houses in New South Wales for over 35 years. And that's how you know you can always rely on and feel at home with Montgomery Homes. 40 Winks is a house of Temper, up to 50% off Temper mattresses and bases. Enjoy double contest points on all Temper products and receive a bonus Manchester pack with any Temper mattress. This sale ends Sunday. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. 40 Winks, serious about sleep.
When you're running a business, all sorts of challenges turn up. Suppliers, clients, partners, employees, landlords, contracts. Protect yourself and your business.
Always turn to Turnbull Hill Lawyers.
NBN News, brought to you by Qantas, proudly supporting our Australian Olympic and Paralympic teams all the way to Paris.
Mass protests and a nationwide strike are right now underway in Israel. It follows a huge night of demonstrations with outrage mounting over the deaths of 6 hostages in Gaza.
The streets of Tel Aviv bulging with angry and grieving protesters. Roads blocked, demonstrators dragged away. Right across Israel, hundreds of thousands taking part in the largest demonstrations since the war began, demanding the government secure a hostage deal. Front and centre, 6 coffins representing 6 hostages whose bodies were found inside a tunnel in Gaza. 5 were taken from the Nova Music Festival. Carmel Gat abducted from her home in Kibbutz Be'eri.
We assess that the hostages were murdered by Hamas terrorists shortly before our soldiers were able to reach them inside the tunnel in Rafah.
4 days ago, Hirsch Goldberg Poland's parents stood on the Israel-Gaza border with a loudspeaker and sent this message to their son.
Hirsch, we are working day and night, and we will never stop.
Hirsch was one of the 6 hostages whose bodies have now been brought back to Israel. Extreme pressure now on Prime Minister Netanyahu to agree to a deal that would see the other 101 hostages return.
I am personally committed to continue striving towards a deal.
New demonstrations are right now underway. Thousands taking to the streets at meeting points across Israel. Their numbers bolstered by a nationwide strike orchestrated by a major union. Israel's international airport has already suspended operations. Banking and healthcare companies among those supporting the action, with organisers pledging they'll shut down the country's economy. Jessica Millwood, NBN News.
It's long been a scourge on our society, but now domestic violence will result in heavier punishment, with a greater focus on prevention. State politics reporter Sophie Upcroft explains the New South Wales government's changes to bail laws.
The Crimes Act will be amended to create 2 new offences. The first for knowingly breaching an apprehended domestic violence order, increasing the maximum prison sentence to 3 years and doubling the fine. The second for persistent breaches, 3 or more within 28 days. The punishment up to 5 years behind bars and a $16,500 fine. The state's worst offenders will now be subject to treatment similar to those involved in organised crime, with the introduction of a serious domestic violence abuse prevention order. This will allow courts to impose any conditions considered appropriate to prevent further violence, including reporting personal dating profiles and alcohol bans. It will apply to those convicted of 2 or more DV offences carrying a maximum of 7 years or more in jail, or a person previously charged with serious domestic violence. These orders can last up to 5 years. Breaches could result in 5 years jail or a $33,000 fine.
Some people say they're not worth the paper that they're written on. We want to increase penalties, introduce this new order so that statement is a relic of the past.
The new laws will go before Parliament later this month. Further action will also be discussed by state and federal leaders at National Cabinet on Friday.
And if this story affects you in any way, there is help available. Just call 1-800-RESPECT. That's 1-800-737-732.
Fresh economic data shows a boost to Australian housing numbers is on the way. Finance editor Chris Kohler has the details.
The big plan to help housing affordability has been to increase the supply of homes. 1.2 million new places to live over the next 5 years. That's the federal target. And today, we've had an encouraging set of data. Close to 15,000 new homes approved in July. That's up 10%, with units making up the majority. The share market, meanwhile, clawed its way back into positive territory after an initial fall, with Commonwealth Bank shares hitting a new record high. and it's had a massive year. CBA now has a bigger market value than Westpac, Telstra, Woolworths, Coles and Qantas put together. And the Australian dollar is buying 67 US cents and 61 euro cents as we kick off the new week. And finally, it may not be financial exactly, but news the band Oasis is reforming has had a clear impact on the world of Spotify. The number of times the song Wonderwall was played last week was double the number the week before. Bit of excitement building, it would seem.
Former Labor Party members allege bullying, harassment and racism has gone unchecked in the Hunter, saying the state executive is hiding the issues. Tonight, the party denies the accusations, with only 2 weeks until council elections.
She's the most senior Labor figure in local government in Newcastle. Yet Lord Mayor Nuatali Nelm says she knows nothing about the party's latest internal stoush.
Former Labor members claim bullying and racism inside the party with yourself and some fellow Labor candidates.
Claims of bullying inside local Labor Party branches bubbling over less than 2 weeks from council elections, surfacing when former Labor Party member Talia Kelso recently broke her silence, saying she resigned from the party due to ongoing cultural issues. She's now running as an independent.
I feel that myself and many others have tried everything we can to get this resolved internally.
A 104-page internal Labor report leaked to NBN News outlines allegations of bullying, abuses of power and racist language. In May, an independent investigation into the complaints was recommended. But in July, the state executive shut it down, with some claiming it was a political decision.
Any looking into any actions could be politically damaging to the party, and they're more concerned about protecting their electoral chances than they are with protecting victims.
Asked about the bullying allegations, Deputy Mayor Declan Clawson responded in a recent public forum.
There has been a highly coordinated political attack underway in the city with the leaking and fabrication of documents. That is what I have witnessed and seen. I stand against bullying in all forms and continuing to do so.
Several allegations have been levelled at current Labor councillor Elizabeth Adamczyk, accused of bullying other Labor members. Councillor Adamczyk denies the allegations and no adverse findings have been made against her. NBN News does not suggest the allegations are true, only that complaints have been made.
I'm really concerned that Labor head office has declined to investigate.
The Labor Party state executive declined an invitation to respond to our questions about the complaints. Tony Ambrogetti, NBN News.
What looks like a normal night at home for this couple is about to be anything but. Just as they're sitting down for dinner, an out-of-control Mustang smashes through the wall of their house in the US city of Phoenix. Somehow they only suffered minor injuries. The house was badly damaged. The couple is now fundraising for repairs.
One of Australia's most prolific and beloved country music stars is coming to Newcastle. Keith Urban will begin the Australian leg of his High and Alive world tour at the city's entertainment centre on August 13 next year. It'll be followed by 8 concerts across Brisbane, Wollongong, Sydney, Melbourne and Adelaide. Tickets go on sale at 1 p.m. on September 13.
Keen coin collectors queued for hours today at the Canberra Mint for the chance to get their hands on a rare Bluey coin. The limited edition release, starring the beloved blue healer, had already made headlines after 2 men were arrested for allegedly stealing $600,000 worth of the coins from a Sydney warehouse. They're selling for $10 now, but experts say they could eventually be worth hundreds each.
Priceless for some. Let's move to sport now. Adam Murray joins us.
Adam, Lauren Parker finally has that Paralympic gold medal.
Oh, good evening, guys. No one was going to stop her in Paris after heartbreak in Tokyo. The Hunter superstar dominated today's para-triathlon, the latest on all our northern New South Wales athletes' necks. Also ahead, the injuries that could derail the Roosters season, and Alexei Poprin's US Open run comes to an end.
From the creators of the 2021 and 2022 Drive Car of the Year comes the next big thing. The Kia EV9, the 2024 Drive and now World Car of the Year.
Kia, movement that inspires. Perfect Italiano is perfect for that. And perfect Italiano is perfect for that. Not so good for that, but for a delicious meal that everyone loves, perfect Italiano is perfect for that. Visions, liberators, shopping list anarchists. They never feel a one-trip carry. They are Aldi to the core. Aldi, good different.
Aussie rules. This gutsy game of ours. It's beautiful chaos. A heart-thumping, lung-stripping roller coaster in a human body. The world must look at us and think, you've got to be a hard man to play that game.
Not necessarily. Medibank, super fans of the AFLW.
Tired of searching for the perfect home? Why not build a new one? It really is possible with Domain Homes. Get exactly what you want. Something fresh, clever, yours. So new, it's got a warranty. And it's surprisingly affordable. Don't know where to start? Let us guide you through every step in the journey. Find out how you can save 10% plus get free solar by pricing your new home online today.
Ducks hot water, built stronger to last longer. Ducks hot water, built stronger to last longer. Made in Australia for over 100 years, Ducks hot water systems are built stronger to last longer. Ducks.com.au. Ducks hot water, built stronger to last longer. Ducks hot water, built stronger to last longer. Ducks.
Are you ready for elevated outdoor living? It's the perfect time to create that extra entertaining area and enjoy our great Aussie climate. So call Patio World now and organise your free design proposal today.
The focus is on our track athletes in Paris tonight as they go for Paralympic gold. It comes after swimmers from northern New South Wales starred in the pool on day 4, earning Australia 2 more medals. He started his campaign with a bronze in the 50-metre freestyle. Now the Central Coast Rowan Crothers has a silver to add to his collection, having finished second in the 100.
I know I'm capable of a lot faster. We've been putting up a lot of really strong times in training, and we just couldn't execute today for whatever reason. But having a miss and still coming away with a silver medal, if you ask me, that's pretty damn good.
He wasn't the only one making waves, with Newcastle's Jack Ireland and Coffs Harbour's Maddie McTurnan helping our mixed 4x100 relay team to silver as well.
It's a pretty unreal feeling actually at this level, so it's really great. Also great to do it along these people as well.
Thank you so much for watching me, and thank you so much for your support. Like, you guys are amazing.
On the track, the Hunters' Reid McCracken qualified second fastest for tonight's 100-metre T34 final, an event he's finished second in at the last 3 games.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here to win gold, and that's what I want to do, and I'm trying hard. I mean, yeah, I need to put a better race together tomorrow than that.
Luke Bailey started his campaign, setting a new personal best in the 400-metre T54 heats.
I feel real good. I feel fit. Like I stuck with them most of the way, but got into the headwind at the 200-metre mark. It just died, but I still kept pushing the whole way because I knew it was going to be a close finish, and it was, so I'm proud.
The Steelers' hunt for wheelchair rugby gold is over after going down to favourites Japan in the semi-finals 52-51. Port Macquarie's Riley Batt gutted after top scoring with 22 points for Australia.
We handled the pressure all game, and oh man, it sucks. I'm a big game player. I love this stuff. Bondi is too, and that's my biggest mistake in my career, to be honest.
They'll take on Great Britain in the bronze medal match later tonight. And the games have come to an end for Coffs Harbour's Bill Latham and Australia's wheelchair basketball team. They lost to the USA 76-69 in their final group match. And Lauren Parker has become the latest Aussie to secure gold in Paris. Montana Claire joins us from the newsroom. Montana, there was no stopping the Hunter superstar this time.
Adam, after being pipped at the post in Tokyo, she wasn't going to let this one get away. Parker led the para-triathlon from start to finish, crossing the line first in just over 1 hour and 6 minutes. But what makes the win even sweeter was the fact that she was able to get one back on American Kendall Gretsch, who took gold in 2021. Adam, it's just the first of 3 events for Parker. The now gold medalist will also line up in the road race and the time trial for Australia's paracycling team later this week.
Bring it on. Thank you, Montana. Brandon Smith insists season-ending knee injuries to himself and Sam Walker won't spell the end of the Roosters' premiership dream, and Smith has no hard feelings towards Elliott Whitehead, whose tackle did the damage to his knee and infuriated Trent Robinson.
Sam Walker, the first Rooster in the building today, with Jared Warrior-Hargreaves as his minder. Later in the day, Walker needed to discuss the nature of his ACL injury with a specialist. After the meeting, he wasn't up for a chat, upset his year was done. Next of the almost walking wounded was Brandon Smith. His injury, an MCL and ACL.
I think I'm getting surgery soon, so you got it? Yeah, obviously. We were doing so well in the comp, and I'm gutted for everyone. I'm gutted for Sammy, me, myself, the Roosters, and the whole organisation. I feel like I let them down, or I know that's not the case, but that's sort of how your feelings are.
Smith says the pain isn't just physical.
As long as I keep my mental health sorted, then I'll be happy.
Well, that's the hardest part right now. I mean, your physical health, but you've got to stay upbeat somehow.
Yeah, I mean, it's time to focus in and I guess focus on my recovery and not to... Like, at the end of the day, bro, you got to accept what's going on. I can't really just sit around and cry about it, to be honest. I had my moment of sadness, but now it's that moment of acceptance.
Can the Roosters do it without yourself, Sammy, and I guess Victor?
Absolutely, mate. We've got a good enough team, even without the two of us.
The tackle that did the damage to Smith saw coach Trent Robinson take aim at Elliott Whitehead when he came to check on Smith.
He came up and just wanted to ask how Brandon was, and just sort of said it's too many times. The hip drop's been pretty common in his game for a long time. And he just said it's too many times. It's cost us a player.
Any anger towards Elliott at all? Or?
No, mate. It's footy. It's it was an accident. I'm actually close with Elliott. I know there's no ill intention. It was unfortunate.
Danny Weidler, NBN News.
Alexei Popyrin's US Open campaign has come to an end with a fighting 4-set loss to Francis Tiafoe. Popyrin was far from outclassed, taking on the American in front of his home crowd, but in the end, the 20th seed had too much class. Tiafoe will now meet Gregor Dimitrov in the quarterfinals. Next, the perfect start continues. Liverpool upstages Manchester United on home turf, and Oscar Piastri denied, Ferrari manages a sensational win at Monza.
Out here, it's all about performance, about tools you can trust. This is more than just another project. This is the real thing. As a pro, you need pro support. A network always there for you. Quality makes the difference. You need constant power at your hand. So when push comes to shove, you get it done. With battery by Still.
Create stories for life on a scenic, truly all-inclusive, ultra-luxury cruise on Europe's rivers. Book now to receive $3,500 per person towards your business class flight. Bring that happy, healthy feeling indoors, knowing you don't have to sacrifice style and beauty to create an asthma and allergy-friendly home for your family. Go online or
visit your nearest Choices Flooring showroom to find out more.
From day one, what keeps our heart beating is finding joy in the smallest of things, on the biggest of days. That intense burst of positive emotion makes us feel alive. At Bolton Clark, we believe the potential for joy shouldn't diminish with age. And looking forward to every new day should never ever stop. It's at the heart of who we are and all we do, and has been since 1885. Bolton Clark, Australia's heart of positive ageing, for home and community support, retirement living and residential aged care.
30 years ago, Fred Hollows set up the Fred Hollows Foundation to make sure his vision of ending avoidable blindness would live on after he was gone. By leaving a gift in your will, you will create your own legacy and help Fred's vision live on. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Thank you, Fred.
To learn more, visit hollows.org or call 1-800 352 352. This report brought to you by McDonald Jones, building the Australian dream for over 35 years.
A first loss of the Premier League season for Ange Postecoglou and Spurs, with Newcastle scoring in the last 15 minutes at St James Park to win 2-1. Liverpool was dominant in its 3-0 win over Manchester United, the away fans waving goodbye to the Red Devils supporters who left in their thousands before full time. Oscar Piastri has been crippled yet again by his team's pit stop strategies. The Australian was leading the Italian Grand Prix at Monza with 14 laps to go when he was told to change tyres for a second time. Ferrari opted not to pit Charles Leclerc again. The gamble paid off and he claimed a surprise win. Piastri finished second. McLaren teammate Lando Norris was third. Christian Mantle capped off his best Formula 3 season with a podium finish at the Italian Grand Prix. The Hunter Ace finished fifth in the championship and is now busy working on a drive for next season. Out of the title race, Christian Mantle was still part of the fight at Monza. The 19-year-old had the best seat in the house, creating headaches for contenders Leo Fornaroli and Gabriele Mini.
If Christian Mansell goes by, that could see the championship change, and Christian Mansell has gone by Fornaroli. Gabriele Mini is our new championship leader on track.
It forced Fornaroli to take action at the final corner.
He's done it! I don't believe it! Leo Fornaroli has sent it down at the final corner, and Leonardo Fornaroli, you are the FIA Formula 3 champion.
In the end, it didn't matter. Mini was disqualified for not meeting the minimum tyre pressures, elevating Mantle to third place and seeing him finish the year fifth overall. He's now in discussions for a step up to Formula 2 in 2025. Closer to home, Newcastle's Tom Heyman used his experience to dominate the latest TA2 muscle car round at the Bend. Even without a co-driver, the 20-year-old went on to win both enduro races at the weekend.
A pretty cool race, controlled it from the start to the finish, so it's what we wanted all weekend. Again, the boys did an amazing stop.
He'll be back behind the wheel of his V8 Mustang in November when he races at the Adelaide 500 for the first time. NBN News understands the Jets will re-sign local goalkeeper Tiana Robinson. The 21-year-old was called up from the NPL late last season, helping Newcastle to its first final series since 2018. Greta Branxton has locked in a Group 21 grand final rematch with Scone after downing Denman 26-18. Meanwhile, West will be eyeing a three-peat in Saturday's Newcastle netball decider.
Wes are no strangers to a grand final. In fact, this will be their 6th in a row.
We want it now more than ever, so definitely feeling excited, a little bit nervous, but good nervous.
But Norths will be out to spoil the party. The side replaced the University of Newcastle team this year, but a core group of players remained, and they've been beaten by Wes in the past 2 deciders.
I think the past few years the nerves have gotten the better of us, and I think we've learned how to sort that out. I think it will just be on the day whoever wants it more.
Saturday will also see Adamstown and Toronto Awabba do battle for the final berth in next year's Northern NPL. The Rosebud facing relegation for the first time in 11 years.
There's a lot of confidence in the playing group. We know we deserve to retain our spot in the NPL, and we're going to prove that on the weekend.
At the other end of the scale, the Stags are eyeing a place in the top flight for the first time since 2014, and the defending Northern League 1 premiers are primed for a tough battle.
Adamstown are definitely not going to take this line down, and we don't want to go into the decider as the underdogs. We'll obviously bring the fight to them.
Meanwhile, in Group 21, Greta Brankston went from trailing 12-8 at the break to winning by 8 against Denman yesterday afternoon. A try in the dying minutes from Tyler Carter, giving the Colts a grand final berth and another shot at the title after losing the 2023 race to the Thoroughbreds. Montana Claire, NBN News.
The finals, they're here.
Oh, goodness, it's all going on.
I love it.
No sleep. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, massive night in sport. It's big in the weather department as well. Local details straight after the break.
The little girl we almost lost twice. Sophie Delizio. Life's about to change in the most wonderful way. A current affair next.
At Spotlight, save a massive 20 to 50% off store-wide, including Manchester home decor, fabric, sewing, craft, party, curtains and blinds. Yes, that's 20 to 50% off store-wide. So you can create it, decorate it and celebrate it for less. Sale must end Tuesday. At Spotlight, it's what you make it.
There are some things in life you might regret, and there are some things you don't. Get 5 low-price scheduled services for $199 each as standard. You don't regret a Honda.
A sense of belonging. This is a sentiment we've heard most from the homeowners across our many Palm Lake resorts. Our resorts are designed around social connections and creating spontaneous moments that make life grand. Every resort offers many ways for people to come together and thrive. New homes now selling. This is your time. At Palm Lake Resort.
Oh, we must have met about 15 years back.
He just has this way of looking into my eyes, like...
Our kids even go to the same school.
Oh, did I tell you? He runs his own business.
I'm definitely going to see him again.
Excellent. See you in 12 months, Emma?
Okay, great.
Because our stores are run by local optometrists, they put your care first, which can make them rather popular.
Apparently he's seen half the town.
Book a bulk billed eye test today.
Oh yeah, it feels good to make progress. With Newcastle Permanent's great low rates and up to $3,000 cash back when you apply for your home loan online, we're here to help you move forward. And we're here for good.
Every minute.
Every game. All season long.
It's Avan Sydney's first birthday, and to celebrate we are slashing prices on our new and used Avan Golf and other big brand caravans, campers and motorhomes. So come and meet the new team on September 6th, 7th or 8th and take advantage of unbeatable first birthday pricing. VeggiePod is a multi-award winning self-watering garden bed, and it's Australian. VeggiePod protects your veggies and promotes amazing growth rates. It's everything Australians love about gardening and nothing we don't. Visit veggiepod.com.au.
Discover Norfolk Island, a World Heritage Paradise with Pacifica Travel. Exclusive package deals on sale now. But hurry, sail in soon. Call 1-800-NORFOLK or visit pacificatravel.com.
A help company will get people back on their feet. Make complicated stuff simple. Make even try to predict the unpredictable. So that's what we're doing. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
Well, it happened. It was the day that we thought would unfold eventually. Grass fires getting out of control due to the high winds of 70 to 90 kilometres an hour gusting throughout the afternoon. Extremely low humidity count. They are pre-frontal winds. We've got a wind switch overnight around to the southwest, but wind records, the equivalent of a Category 4 cyclone recorded in Tasmania, and consecutive days of winds over 100 kilometres an hour having a big effect right throughout Victoria as well, and we've been feeling the brunt of that, but the majority of the nation is cloudless at the moment. It's cloud free, but look at this front moving through tonight. A lot of cold air, so temperature drop and large season swell growing, but the high is going to slide in fairly quickly. Inland, the winds will calm throughout tomorrow. Along the coast, they'll still be quite gusty as they shift around to the southwest, but central, eastern Australia, still largely cloud-free, just cooler, even for southern Queensland. Brisbane snapping and creating a whole heap of new temperature records as well. The Alice, extremely hot conditions all month long. So August was the warmest winter month of any ever recorded in Australia, with a list of other records that have tumbled. Another front on its way to the west. Locally today, we hit 26, but the strong winds and low humidity made it such a dangerous day. It'll be blue again tomorrow, but look at the temperature drop. You can see on the thermoscale, thanks to the southerly winds, hanging in there for a short time only. So hardly any cloud, no chance of rain. It remains dry. So we're looking at tops of about 16 to 18 for the Central Coast, 18 to 19 throughout Newcastle, Port Stephens 17. So noticeably cooler throughout tomorrow. Tomorrow morning is going to be fresh, back down into the single digits early tomorrow morning. So get ready for that temperature drop overnight with those winds moving around and creating dangerous conditions offshore. Gale force wind warning, swell building to 3-4 metres offshore tomorrow. Sunrise 6:07, down 5:38. High tide tomorrow morning 8:34. Back to the low in the afternoon 2:12, and that swell building 3 metres out of the south. Warming back up quickly as we move towards the end of the weekend for the up and coming weekend. Then we've got some cloud on the way early next week and maybe a little bit of rain in it, but otherwise it's blue, it's dry, a little bit cooler tomorrow, but it's going to heat up quickly as we hit the end of the week. So back to the beach it will be. Busy over the weekend, but wow, you know about it when you take a plunge. That water is cold at the moment. Look, different conditions tomorrow. You've got that big new southerly swell on its way and southwesterly winds, so it's going to be a different ball game out in the water throughout tomorrow as spring now gets underway. Yeah, it's an extraordinary time for Australia's weather at the moment.
Absolutely. Thank you, Gav. That's NBN News for this Monday.
So from all of the NBN team,
Good night.
Good night.